hello friends. So today is actually week, what week did I just finish up? I just finished up week 18, so technically today is the first day of week 19, but I'm going to go over the last couple weeks. Before I get started on that, for anyone who is new to this channel, my name is Heather. I had weight loss surgery January 22nd, 2026, gastric bypass. So basically cut my stomach open, turned it into about the size of an egg, and that's about as much food as I can get into my stomach. So let's get into it. So my last update was week 15. Week 16 is when I went to see my doctor and the dietitian, and during that appointment I was weighed in, and I hadn't weighed myself that week. I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself because I was really hoping that I'd be under 200 pounds, but didn't want to be disappointed. Got there and I did it. I finally did it. I got on that scale. I was 197.8 pounds. So yes, I officially am under 200. I'm in Wonderland. If you don't know what a Wonderland is, that's when your weight starts with a 1. So I did it. That was the week that I broke through. So I was really excited about that. So that means I lost 3.2 pounds since week 15. We are a few weeks behind, so I'm going to kind of recap every week. Week 17, I weighed in at 196.4 pounds. So between week 16 and week 17, I lost 1.4 pounds. And then this last week that I just finished up was week 18, and I weighed in at 194 pounds. So between week 17 and week 18, I lost a total of 2.4 pounds. So in the last 3 weeks, since I haven't updated you in a little while, I've lost a total of 7.4 pounds in those 3 weeks. And since I started, so January 1st, 2026 is when I started tracking the weight, is a few weeks before my gastric bypass surgery. I really didn't lose much weight before that. But anyway, between January 1st, 2026 and today, I have lost a grand total of 68 pounds. So 68 pounds, week 18 weeks post gastric bypass. It's amazing. So when I went and saw my doctor, my bariatric doctor, she hadn't seen me since month 1 after my gastric bypass surgery, and she said she could barely recognize me. I don't know if that was like a line that she says to everyone to make them feel really good, or if she really couldn't. I don't know. But she said that I was doing fantastic. She is sending me to get the iron IV because my iron is low, which I knew was going to happen. I just have low iron. I always have, but she's the first doctor to actually take it seriously. So I'm still waiting on the hospital call to get my iron IV. She did say my energy has probably peaked up just from the weight loss, but it'll eventually kind of fall off if we don't deal with the iron. So I'm like excited about that because I knew I was going to need the iron, and I'm excited about having like real energy. But the iron IV, I've been told, like the few days after, it feels like you have the flu, like you were hit with a bus. So not looking forward to that, but excited to get like all of my vitamins up. So that'll be really, really nice. I also asked her about exercise. I said, what exercise can't I really do? She said, my inside is still healing, but I can do pretty much any exercise I want. I said, can I do biking? She said, yes. I said, can I do like boxing, but like not with an opponent, but just like I'm thinking like Nintendo Switch boxing. I'm not thinking like going in a ring with anybody. So she's like, yep, that's good. I said, anything with abs? She said, yes. So pretty much got the go ahead of doing any exercise I want to do, which is awesome. But everything looks good there. So I'll see them again in July for my 6-month checkup. The dietitian, I saw the dietitian as well. So I'm still also on all the vitamins from my previous video. I am moving towards not doing the chewables anymore and going towards just the ones that you can swallow, because I don't need to be on the chewables, and the chewables are more expensive. So once I'm finished each of the containers, like the D and the C and the prenatal and all of those, I will move to the regular pill form because you get more bang for your buck. And then, okay, so the dietitian. So my dietitian, I told her everything I was eating. So for my last video, I showed you all the food that I was eating. She perfectly happy with that, very happy with how much protein I'm getting, very happy with what I'm eating. She does want me to do a little bit more, she wants me to introduce the fruit, which I knew was going to happen. So I've started with like strawberries and bananas because I figure those are the easiest on my stomach. That's going good. There's no issues there. And as well as I told her with breakfast that I'm really, really struggling with breakfast. So she recommended, let me get it out. She recommended these for breakfast, and she said, so I have to try to get 2 fruits per day, like the serving that I can eat for my small stomach, and 2 servings of vegetables each day, which I am getting for my lunch and dinner, but the 2 fruit is what I was struggling on. So she said this does count as one of those fruits. It does have 24 grams of protein, which I like, and I can just take it and drink it. I really like things that I can just grab and go. The problem with these are they're over $3 for one. I know I can go to Costco and you get like a pack, and then it works out to be like $2.88. So right now they're working, but I got to find something else because I just feel like that's really expensive for breakfast. And it's not like I absolutely love them. They're fine, but it's not like Premier Protein, the chocolate Premier Protein, I absolutely love. And it's cheaper than this. But I don't know. So I'm still working on breakfast, something that is easy, that I can tolerate because I'm not very hungry. But this is working for now. So these are okay. So I'll have these until I can figure out something else. She also wants me to add pasta and rice. I don't really like rice and pasta. I mean, you can only have like a tablespoon. So like, are you gonna make like a tablespoon of pasta? Like, maybe if my family's eating pasta, I'll try some, but I'm not gonna go to my way to have pasta. Like, it's not, like, she's trying to prevent that feeling like you're depriving yourself, and I don't feel like that. So I will try them when it arises, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to do that. She also said, and this goes towards, sorry, my ice maker is going. Okay. She also said that I need to treat myself twice a week. And the reason why she says treat yourself twice a week is because we're building a lifestyle here. It's not like a diet just to lose the weight and then you go back to the way you ate pre-surgery or things like that. So treating yourself prevents that, depriving yourself and then eventually just binging and going nuts. So binging for me would be like a McDonald's hash brown, or I have, and she also wanted me to do ground beef. I have tried ground beef. I got just a soft taco, you know, just like their value taco with ground beef in it. It was so good. And I know people are like, oh, that's not dieting. My dietitian said to treat yourself. I had 1 soft shell value combo taco. That was it. Before I would have ate like a meal and a half. So it's not the same. You're not like, I'm not binging. It's just treating yourself. Or 1 hash brown. It's just treating yourself. So she wants me to make sure I'm doing that at least twice a week. Or not at least, just twice a week. Don't go over twice a week. You know, balance it out. So it's all about balancing the diet. And she wants me to, so I've been eating cooked vegetables, which is great. Like I showed you in the last video, all the cooked vegetables I absolutely love. She's really happy that I'm able to tolerate asparagus. Really love asparagus. But I have to start trying raw vegetables now because we're at that time, in the, you know, I'm about 4 months-ish now. And so I have to start trying to incorporate raw vegetables to see what I can tolerate with that. So she said to start with things that are high in water. So lettuce. So in the Taco Bell taco, there is lettuce in that, and tolerated it fine, as well as I made a wrap and I had romaine lettuce in that, as well as red onion. So that went well. I'm going to try some just like cut ups carrots soon. She told me to, I asked about spinach. She said to avoid that right now. But so I'm starting to incorporate water or cucumbers. I also tried some cucumbers without the skin. So slowly incorporating those things as well. I asked her about my cottage cheese because I am eating the whole fat cottage cheese instead of the like low fat one. She's fine with that because it's what's working for me, and I'm really only having half a cup of it, so it's nothing to worry about. So that's great. So those are the things that the dietitian said. I'll put on screen. She gave me this little sheet of things that I'm working on between now and 6 months. At 6 months, there'll be other things that I get to incorporate. Oh, so when I was at the doctor's, I asked them, because I remember they took my waist measurement when I was first there, and I never wrote it down. So I asked them what it was, and it was 55.11 inches around. And at that appointment, she measured me again to find out what I was at my 3-month appointment, and I was 38 inches. So I have lost a total of 17.11 inches just from my waist. It's not around my whole body. 17.11 inches. That's over a foot. Like, that's like this much. That's crazy. It's huge. So I've lost a lot of weight. I was carrying a lot of weight in my stomach. So I'm ecstatic about that number as well. And like, I can't believe I've lost a grand total of 68 pounds. Like, it's unreal. Clothes are just fitting completely differently. I'm starting to see my collarbone. That's starting to come out. So that's crazy. Lawn chairs don't hurt anymore when I go to sit in them. Another weird thing that I didn't even think about being a thing was, like, you know, when you go to a public restroom and there's like the stalls for the bathroom, getting into stalls, I was just like, man, they're making stalls smaller and smaller. Like, it's so hard to get in and out of these, like to open the door and get in and out. It's not as hard anymore. So I guess it was just my weight. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if bathroom stalls are hard still, or if they're making them too small, if they should make them bigger. I still think they should make them bigger because having that room is nice. But that's great. That's going on. My hair, it's still, like, I'm still getting hair coming out, but I feel like it has slowed down. It was like last month, it felt really bad, but this month I'm not getting as much hair. I don't know, maybe starting these has helped. I have no idea. What else has changed? I just feel better. And I used to hate putting on hoodie sweaters because I used to think they were like choking my neck and it just felt like uncomfortable to me. And now they're comfortable again. So I must have lost weight on my neck. Like, the neck holes aren't as tight anymore. I used to love them when I was younger, and then they started feeling like I was claustrophobic. So, but I'm wearing those again. And I've started watching my soccer this year. She's decided started watching my daughter play soccer. She wanted to play this year. She's never really been into sports. This year she really is. And I absolutely love watching it. And it reminded me of how much I miss playing soccer. When I was younger, I used to play. So I might start trying to train myself for soccer, even if there is no league in my area because I'm over 30. There is no women's over 30 league. So that kind of sucks. It makes me feel really old. But still I can practice. So maybe I'll do a video where I am practicing my soccer skills. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about that. What else is new? So besides that, you know, these yogurts are pretty good. Everything's pretty good. Like, I feel pretty good. I've only had dumping syndrome a few times, and that was from eating too fast, like just being hungry and eating too fast. Like, sometimes with work, I can't always get my snacks in, and then by the time dinner comes, I'm really hungry. And then I might take a few bites too quickly, but then I slow down. I just really get like hot and like feels tight, but I don't feel like I'm going to throw up. Just you kind of learn how your body works. Oh, and because I get this question all of the time, how much water I drink. At least 64 ounces of water every day. That is what my team has recommended. I have this drink. It is 65 ounces. So I will carry this around because it's in my favorite color. And then I will also, if I'm going somewhere where it might be a little bit hotter, I pour the water into this, I put ice in it, and just drink from that. So at least 64 ounces of water. Water is very important for so many things, between, you know, the weight loss and just not feeling so sick. So water, drink your water. Everyone drink your water, whether you're on a weight loss journey or not. If you're still with me, you're still watching, I would absolutely love it if you could subscribe to my channel. I am so close to getting monetized. I just need 233 or 34 more subscribers, and then YouTube will start paying me to actually make my videos, which would make the world to me, make me feel like I've actually succeeded, which would be amazing. I love sharing this journey with you guys. If there's anything else that you would like me to make in my videos, I know I'm going to make a video kind of about my timeline between when I decided to call my doctor to get the surgery and up to the first 3 months, because I feel like there's quite a bit of change, a lot of things go on in there, so I'm going to make a video on that. But if you have any other video ideas that you would like me to make, please put those down in the comments. I'm not sure why my cats haven't come bug me. Usually they come bug me during these videos. I had Spiffles here for a little bit. He decided to leave. I'm surprised that Pilbur wasn't here. He was bugging me over there on the couch, but thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.